Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So glad you're here. And honestly, I've had quite the jam-packed work morning. So I'm personally just really glad to be on my mat. And I hope you're feeling that same way, that midday break to step away from it all and just to reconnect. So glad you're here. Always give yourself exactly what you need for your practices. Skip the things you don't. And if you find yourself just needing a little more space today, feel free to press pause, maybe literally or just kind of figuratively throughout your practice and take those breaks. If you feel like you need more than I'm giving you today, please step it up a notch, kick it up a notch, and give yourself that challenge you need so that after we're done here in 30 minutes, you feel more prepared to handle whatever this afternoon holds for you. I'm Mikki, if I've not practiced with you before, and we are going to get started today in child's pose. I did post a playlist in the chat if you would like some music, and you can go ahead and push play. Musketeer just ran down the stairs, arriving just in the nick of time for practice. So child's pose, let's go knees wide. Big toes together as we settle in here. Hands reaching forward. Hands about shoulder width apart. Let's let your forehead come on down to the mat. And then let's push the ground away with your hands. Take your hips a little further back toward the heels. And let's take a big full inhale here. Fill up. And open your mouth. Let it go. Let's do that one more time. Big full inhale. You can be as dramatic about this as possible. I'm just going to save you from my dramatic sounds into the microphone. Open your mouth. Let it go. You might sigh a little bit. You might groan, or if it's been a particularly frustrating morning, you might even yell a little bit. There's Shanti. Everyone's arriving a little late today for class. Thanks for children. And then with your next inhale, we are going to come on up into table pose, hands and knees. And we're going to get the knees right below the hips, which you can't see right now because little miss is in the way. As you exhale, let's round your spine into cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart forward into your cow shape. And then as you exhale one more time into cat, we're going to press all the way back to that child's pose, hips to heels, but you can just keep your legs parallel because we're not going to stay here super long. We're going to start to build into this movement a little bit more. So inhale, come on up into table. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale right back into that child's pose. We'll add on a bit more. We'll come back up, table. Starting to iron out the kinks, right? Can the movement get a little more fluid? Let's exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Tuck your toes under and exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you find that down dog. Let's inhale, roll up to the tippy toes, maybe the balls of the feet. And then exhale, let your heels drop toward the floor. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heels drop. Using this movement to kind of get your mind out of whatever it's been consumed with today. Inhale, we'll bend your knees, come back into table. Exhale, untuck your toes, round your spine through cat, and press all the way back into your child's. Again, inhale, let's come on up, table. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, tuck your toes. And as you exhale, back you go, downward facing dog. This time as you inhale, let's roll forward to plank, top of a push-up. And then exhale, folding at your hips, back you go, downward facing dog. One more time there. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, knees to the floor, table pose. Exhale, cat, and into your child's. Inhale, come up. Last time here, table. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. We'll begin to tuck the toes and back you go, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. We'll take the knees down to the floor and nice and slow exhale all the way down to the belly. Elbows point straight back. This is called chaturanga. As you come to the ground, go ahead and untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the head as you root down into the feet, the thighs, the pelvis. And then exhale, let the forehead come on down. We're going to take 3 more rounds of dynamic lift in your cobra here. Inhale, lifting. You might start to push down into the hands and come up a little bit higher. And then exhale, come right back down. 2 more. Keep it low or lift it up high, your choice. Just try to let the movement be fluid, even. And start to let your attention and your focus find that same sense of fluidity and evenness, where there's a little bit less sporadicness, spasticness, if you will, to the attention. All right, let's push down into hands and knees. We'll come on up, table, and back you go, downward facing dog. From your down dog, we'll take your right leg, lift it up and back. And then without any desire or need to be graceful, just find a way. We're going to step that right foot forward between your hands. Let your hips sink down just a little bit. We're going to pop onto your fingertips. If you have blocks, you could put blocks beneath your hands. But we're just going to put a little bend into that back knee and then a straighten. Let's do that 2 more times. Bend and straighten. I don't know if you can see this, but Musketeer is hugging my class plan book, laying right on top of what I had planned. I have no idea what we're doing. I'm just kidding. Next time that back leg gets straight, let's start to hover your fingertips off the ground. Reach your arms back. Let your shoulders come on up over your hips. And then we're going to bring your hands in front of you. Clasp all of those fingers together. Press the palms forward. And then start to take your palms toward the sky. We're going to keep pressing back through that left heel really actively as you press up through your palms like there's someone pressing down into your hands. And then let's start to lean your arms and your hands toward the right any amount. Big, huge side bend through that whole left side of the body. And then we'll come back to center. Release your hands down around your front foot. Oh, hi. Step your left foot forward next to your right. Slide your fingers up the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we'll fold. And then bend your knees and we'll come up into your chair. Hands can be at heart or reaching skyward, your choice. Now, as you inhale, we're just going to pull your hands down beside you with the palms facing forward as you straighten your legs. And then exhale, bend your knees, sitting back into chair. Take your hands to the sky. We'll do it a couple more times. Inhale, standing, pulling those arms down and back. Exhale, sitting back, reaching up. Inhale, standing. Exhale, sitting. One more time, standing and sitting. Let's stay in your chair for your inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to fold over your legs. Let the hips go high. Let the head go down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let your hands find the ground. We're going to step back into plank for an optional vinyasa. You could also head into down dog from here if you would prefer. So knees up or down. Exhale, chaturanga. You've been here before. Inhale as high into your cobra shape as you enjoy today. Back to your belly. Press back up through table or plank. And downward facing dog. Let's do that on your second side. So as you're ready, left leg lifts and steps forward between your hands. Let those hips soften down just a bit as you lunge into that front leg. Come onto your fingertips. We'll exhale, bend your right knee and straighten the leg. Just ultimately starting to wake up the power of that leg, starting to feel it work again, especially if you've been sitting all day. One more time. Let that leg straighten and get really powerful and strong. Begin to float your fingertips as you reach your hands back. Shoulders come on up over your hips. And hands lift up toward the sky. We'll bring the hands down into your heart. Web all of those fingers together. Push the palms forward. Feel the effort back through that right heel as you lunge into your front leg. And then we'll start to take your palms toward the sky. Keep pressing back as your palms press up. And we'll start to take your hands toward the left, adding in that side bend on the right side. Back to center with your hands. Release the fingers, hands to the ground around your front foot. We'll step right foot forward next to your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Come up into chair, hands at heart or reaching toward the sky. And then inhale, just like we did before, we'll pull those hands down by your side, stand up. Exhale, sit back. Find your rhythm here, a couple rounds. Maybe each round you sit a little deeper into your chair. Maybe not. We'll take one more chair pose. Lingering for your breath in. And then folding for your breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, we'll fold and step back left, then right into your plank. Remember, you can skip the vinyasa and head to down dog or exhale, chaturanga. Inhale as high into your cobra as you'd like. Back to the belly. Inhale up through table or plank. And back you go, downward facing dog. When you're ready, we'll take right leg, lift it toward the sky. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Come on up, nice and simple, crescent lunge. Now, as you find that crescent lunge, we're going to lean over your front thigh, take your hands and fly them back. And then inhale, come on up, shoulders over hips, hands to the sky. Let's do that a couple times. So exhale, leaning forward, hands go back. Inhale, lifting, reaching. One more time. And then we're going to take that lean one last time. Hands go back, heart goes forward. You can stay here or shift forward onto your front foot and take flight. Warrior 3. Does not matter how high that back foot is off the ground. It's balanced the moment the left toes leave the floor. Imagine yourself perhaps as a bird kind of floating on the gusts of wind. And then as slowly as you can manage today, it might not be slow, but you're going to try. You're going to bend your right knee and start to step that left leg back and just kind of tease the ground with your toes until the very last moment. Right back up, hands to the sky. And then let's ground that back heel and open up. Warrior 2. Invite your gaze to come right down that front middle finger and just let everything get still and steady for a moment. Let's bring your hands to your heart. We're going to open the feet into horse pose. So I like to come to parallel first, then turn toes out, knees out. Bend your knees, sit on down. The middle of your knees should align with the middle of your feet. And then let's take your right hand to your right knee or right elbow to right thigh. And we're going to take the left arm up and over into a side bend. Back to center and over to the other side. Left hand or left elbow on thigh. Right arm up or over. And we'll come back up. Let's take 2 hands high. Hips, sit bones down. And then let your legs straighten. Parallel the feet. Hands on hips. And let's fold. As it makes sense, let your hands come to the floor. Let the arms hang, let the head hang. And then let's bend your left knee just a little bit. Walk your hands toward the back of the mat. Same thing toward the right leg. One more time to the back. And this time as you go to the front, we're going to turn the whole body to face the front of your mat and step your back foot forward to meet the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll bend your knees, come on up through chair, all the way to standing. As you come to standing, we're going to shift into your right foot, bring your left knee up. Hands can support underneath the hamstring if you'd like. Standing nice and tall, steady breath, steady eyes. You can keep the left leg bent or take that left leg out towards straight. And then bend the knee. Step it back into your lunge. One more reach up to the sky here. And hands come down, round your front foot. So you can head straight to downward facing dog or vinyasa, plank, chaturanga, cobra, back to belly, table or plank, and downward facing dog. Left leg lifts as you're ready. Steps forward with your exhale. Crescent lunge, nice and simple. We'll lean forward over your leg, let the hands reach back, exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, lean, reach. Inhale, come on up. One more time. And this time we'll take that lean forward, hands reach back. You can stay or you can come forward and up, taking flight. Steady breath. Fluid, smooth attention, fluid, smooth breath. Fluid, smooth movement. Stepping back nice and slow into your lunge. Ground the back heel. Open up. Warrior two. Getting still. Getting steady. Let the eyes settle so that even the eyes are focused here. And then let's bring your hands to your heart. Turn the feet to parallel, straighten the legs. I'm going to turn around so that you get my better side. Toes out, heels in one more time. We're going to sit into that horse shape. Hands go up. Instead of the side bends this time, we're going to take little tiny pulses. So just a little straighten of the legs and a little bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend. One more. We'll straighten the legs, parallel the feet, hands on hips. Let's fold. Let the hands find the ground as it feels comfortable to do so. Let's take a little bend of that right knee, so moving toward the back of your mat. And then to the front. One more time to the back. And this time as you go to the front, we'll turn all 10 toes toward the front and step forward, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. We'll come up through chair. Shifting into that left foot as you rise, bringing your right knee up toward the chest. Support underneath the thigh. Stand tall. Maybe you straighten the front leg. We'll rebend the knee. Step back into your lunge. Big reach up. And hands come down. Plank pose. You can head to down dog or final vinyasa here. We'll meet up in your downward facing dog. And from your down dog, we'll take knees to the floor, knees wide, big toes together, right on back to your child's pose. Settling into stillness, true, complete stillness. After about 20 some minutes, 20, 22 minutes of steady movement. Just feel the effective movement of breath-centered, intentional movement on your ability to settle in here. Let's rise up to table, swing those legs around, and we are just going to come all the way down onto the back. As you come down onto the back, bring your knees into your chest. Let the feet come together and the knees go wide. We're just going to reach down onto either shins or ankles or feet and take that diamond shape we do seated, but on our back here. So let those knees go wide. Let the low back settle onto the floor. If none of those work, you could just hold outer knees. Find a positioning of the hands to support the legs that works for you. Feeling yourself transitioning back to stillness, back to ease and effortlessness. And then go ahead and release the grab on the legs. Let the feet come to the floor, knees bent, feet wide. Let the arms open to a soft goalpost shape. We're going to take both of those knees toward the right. Let your gaze turn toward the left. Come back to center, nose and knees toward the sky, and the knees toward the left, gaze toward the right. And then back to center. Let the arms slide down by your sides. Let the legs stretch out straight. Give those legs a little flop. So toes in, musketeer, toes out, toes in, toes out. One of the times those legs flop open, just let them settle. Take a full breath in, filling up to your capacity. And a full, complete breath out. Let your attention here for a few moments reside right at the tip of your nose. Feel the sensation of air flowing into the body. Sensation of air flowing out. And let everything else just drift away. Just gently take a fuller breath in, a fuller breath out. If 30 minutes just did not feel long enough today and you have more time to stay, please, please stay a little longer. As you feel ready to do so, just very gently and easily move your way to a side and eventually slowly up toward a comfortable seat. As you do find that seat, let the palms gather in front of your heart, palm to palm. Perhaps heading into the rest of your day with a little more awareness of this coexistence of movement and stillness, a little more awareness of the fluidity potential to our breath, the steadiness of our mind. Thank you all so much for practicing together. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a really lovely Wednesday and a really lovely rest of your week. Information about contributing for class is in the description. Our PayPal is working again, always a good thing. And we are transitioning now after this class to just Mondays at 6 p.m. for our live streams as we transition to more in-person classes, outdoor in-person classes. So look for that. I believe Jamie is leading your practice this coming Monday. Have a great day, everyone.